Um, sorry, Swami. I am going to take you through the thought processes that I have been experiencing this whole 1 week, initiated by Brother Divan's message last week about Seva, Brother Divan and Brother Mano from Sri Lanka. So bear with me. It's been an interesting week. So every time I hear a message about Seva, I feel guilty. I mean, how much of Seva is enough Seva, right? In our center group chats, there is abundant opportunity for Seva, medical camps, Narayana Seva, hospital visits, bhajan Seva, be it a funeral or house bhajan. Just immense opportunity for Seva, right? But how do I know how much of Seva is enough without neglecting my own responsibilities that Swami has entrusted me with? And then when I do go for Seva, why do I always come back not feeling as connected, not feeling as fulfilled? There is a sense of emptiness. So I asked Swami, how do I do this? And because through all the readings and messages that comes through, Swami says, end of devotion is service. End of devotion is service. So let's unpack that. Devotion is so individual, Some of us go up to Badu caves. Some of us sit in our altar, we sing, we chant. Some of us connect to God on our morning walks, gardening, driving to work. Some of us care for an aging parent. There are different ways of showing devotion, and there is no right or wrong. But there is one very significant element to devotion, without which devotion cannot prevail. And that is the element of truth. Without truth, there can be no devotion. I mean, we cannot fake our love to Swami, we cannot fake our love to God. We won't be as committed. We won't show up here religiously. So there must be that element of truth. So then it dawned upon me that maybe that is what lacks in my Seva. That I maybe show up for Seva because it's convenient, because it works, because I was free, or because I was looking for validation, And then I also realized that I have a very skewed perspective of Seva. Seva had to be grandiose, it had to be large amounts of people, it had to be photographed, it had to be organized. And I was very wrong about that. So if end of devotion is service, and devotion is truth, then love, expressed true truth, is Seva. And I'll say that again, love, expressed through truth, is Seva. And that just makes it all so simple, doesn't it? Because we can be sitting here, right now, and doing Seva by praying for someone, by thinking of someone. We can, go a little bit out of the way to give someone a lift home, and that's Seva. Once we are home, we can cook a meal, an extra meal for someone, that can be Seva. We can sit with an aging parent and spend time with them, that is Seva. When we pray for our children's exam, when we pray for our child, praying for the whole class as well is Seva. When we pray for someone who is going into surgery, a parent or a relative, praying for everyone who is going for surgery that day is also Seva. It does not need to be photographed. It does not need to be applauded. Seva can be done anywhere, starting from right now, at any point of time. And with these little bouts of opportunity to Seva, what happens is Seva becomes a way of life. It does not need to be performed. So once we make Seva a way of life, we become Seva. There is no longer this need to go looking for opportunities. And I believe that once we start doing this, we start practicing this, Swami then creates the space in our life. He creates the strength for us to overcome our own adversities, which is why he says, you do my work and I'll do yours. And then he gives us the space to create seva with greater magnitude. So, brothers and sisters, I hope none of us leave here today being overwhelmed by the concept of seva. Because seva is just a way to make someone else's life a little bit easier, a little bit more affordable, a little bit more comfortable, and a little bit more beautiful without expecting anything in return, without even talking about it really. And if practiced by everyone, every day, it can create transformation. And transformed people transform families. And transform families transform communities. And that is really Swami's mission, isn't it? So let us all become seva, and let us all become instruments of Swami to make this world a better place. Sai Ram.